Good afternoon. Today we are working on this and we're going to try to do an alignment on it. I was looking at the tires the other day and it looked like one of them may have been towed in. I don't know. We're going to double check. So we're going to make our own little bracket that bolts onto the front hubs, and we're just going to take two tape measures, measure them out, and see how far out they are. I've never done any sort of alignment on this before. Actually, this is the first time ever doing any sort of an alignment, so we're going to give it a shot and try to get as close as we can. So what we're going to do is I got a piece of flat bar or channel, and we're going to cut it down to fit, and hopefully it works out. Hopefully I have enough. So let's get to it. We're going to jack it up, and then we're going to pull the tire off, and then we'll go over to the bandsaw and we'll cut some metal. Okay, take the wheel off and measure it after we're done. Okay. Okay. Now the tire's off. So what I think we're going to do is we're just going to measure the piece of flat bar that goes horizontal, bolt it to the hub, both sides, and then measure it, and then hopefully it matches up. If I can measure it. Really hoping. And measure it out. I think about 18 inches should be about in the middle, and then just chop it off, and then figure out how big of a hole we want to drill in it. Close enough. So now we'll come back over here. Now we come back over here, figure out where we want to be at. Hopefully this piece is long enough. Okay, so what we're going to do is I marked it, we're going to drill a hole straight through it, 2 holes, and I'll probably notch out a couple spots. Okay, now every tape measure is not the same. I saw an article online where people were showing them, and they're like a Stanley tape measure was different than, say, Harbor Freight tape measure. So what we have is 2 Harbor Freight tape measures. Probably not the best ones to use, but that's what I got. So I verified on both that they're the same. And that's one thing you got to check, make sure that they actually line up. It might be 1/8 of an inch or more off from one to the other. Just something to think about. If I'm wrong, then whatever, but I'm pretty sure article I read was pretty accurate. Okay, so we're gonna measure now, and I gotta figure out where to hold it. it, lock it. Alright. Down here. Make sure there's no funny business. And see where we are at. We are at 72 on the front. And we're about an inch off. So this wheel needs to go in. This one go out. Two and a half. 72 and a half. That should be pretty good. And that is how you do straight axle alignment. You can only do toe in, toe out, but you can't do the other part. That's all up to the ball joints, whatever ball joints you have, or your ball joints are just shot. But you can do this in your garage like I just did. 2 pieces of metal, bandsaw, a drill, 2 tape measures, and you can get it pretty close. This is obviously not going to be really a street rig, but it's street legal, but it's not really, we're not going to drive it on the street too often. So taking it to an alignment shop, I'm just not going to mess with it. I'm just going to do it how we did it. If you really wanted to, you could take it to an alignment shop and they can do a true computer alignment if you're going to drive it on the street every day. But this is first build, and really it's just an off-road. We're not going to really take it too much down the street. If we do, it's just be like local, wherever we're staying. Like we're going to Moab, so we'll probably drive it a little bit there. But outside of that, going down the road here, we're not going to mess with it. Most of the time, we'll just be on the trailer. Tires, I'm not going to tear up these tires on the street here. So, but that's it. Any questions? Put a comment in. I don't care. I'll respond back to you. Yeah, no sense in spending however much it is for one of those other ones. I just made one with scrap metal I had laying around from other projects. So I think this metal was only like maybe $10. Not even that. Might even less than that. But yeah, that's it. Well, hopefully we see you on the trails. We're going to be in Moab soon, so. And then first actually St. George. Then we're going Sand Hollow, then Moab. So for EJS. So hopefully we'll see you there. See you on the trails.